Alrighty. Hey everyone, it's been a while. I am sorry for not posting a lot of content as of late. Been busy. But to be honest with you, I got preoccupied with believe it or not, with the TikTok side of things. So that's where I have been. Okay, excuse me. I'm looking for my dry brushes here. I'm going to be doing some dry brushing. So I'm looking for the ones that I need or the ones that I normally use. Let's see. We might use this one. All right. What am I doing? All right. I am working on a Chaos Imperial Knight. This guy right here. Now, he's not going to look nothing like these. Excuse me. I got to get some water here. Yeah, he's not going to look like anything there. I'm going to go Slaneesh with this one. Hedonistic psychopaths. That's what I'm going to do. So, give me a second here. I'm just trying to make sure that I open up some windows here. And now I'm broadcasting this on Red Dragon Model Works, Diary Syndicate, and of course here. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that the chat box is open in case anybody has anything to say. But let me pause that. Let me kill that. Open that pop-out chat. Minimize that. Yeah, it's been a while, guys. I should have had this already, but I didn't. So, all right. I'm waiting for my hater to show up. As you know, he will. All right. What am I doing? I'm going with a Slaneesh. Now, I just primed everything in Badger Stynylrez. Res. I let this sit for a while. I don't know, hour, 2 hours, whatever. Hit it with a blow dryer. I didn't seal it. These are the legs. His carapace is here. I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just concerned about the body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the legs, the upper torso, the arms, and the weapons. Well, the weapons will get painted later, but working on this. So I'm going to start here. Now, there's going to be, he's got armor that goes here, 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 and here. So I'm just going to do the body. There's going to be different colors in here, possibly here. I don't know yet, but we'll see. All right, what am I going to, I always start out, this is the way I do it. I've been doing this I've done about 30 of these. I've been doing it, 5 years, 6 years now. I see a lot of people using the same technique now, which is good. Oh, I forgot to put a little. Every now and then, you screw up, as I just did here. When I shot this, I was talking to my grandson, and I didn't, there's a spot here that I didn't get primer on. And when I lay the metallics and all that, you're going to need that. So I'll just brush a little bit of that on there. Right there, across the chain here. Right in here. Right in there. I mean, I can touch all this up later. I'm just, the ADD in me kicks in. Oh, got a little booger there. So, yeah, like I said, it's been a while. I haven't posted anything on the page. I've been doing a lot of TikTok. We hang out every weekend. For those of you that know, you can find a link on Diary Syndicate or Red Dragon Model Works. Been doing a lot of figures, an awful lot of figures, and was going through my stash the other day, and I thought, I need to get back to doing a couple of other things. But then stuff like this pops up. Now, this thing came to me as a gift from a friend. He knows who he is. I wasn't expecting it, and I want to thank him because it's a really nice gift, and I'm gonna try to do it justice. All right, we're gonna start out with some Warlock Bronze. I always start out with Warlock Bronze, and that gives me my base tone for what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a metallic-y, coppery look to this. So here we go. We start out, get a little bit on a brush. Oh, wrong brush. Dumbass. All right, here's my dry brush. This is a Citadel medium dry brush. Hey, Jamie. I've had it for quite some time, quite a few years. There's very little left in this pot, but there's enough to do what I need to do here. So anyway, here we go. So let's start off with the hand here. All of this is going to be covered, but I still do it anyway, just to give you an idea. So what I'll do is I'll come in and I start to stipple. Now you can do it any way you want, but I like the stippling effect because it leaves me some of that black in there, kind of marbleizing it, so to speak. And you'll see it all come together in a minute. But I'll just, stipple stipple it down like so. And I'm using, like I said, a medium brush to do it. I'll probably end up going with a bigger brush. And like, I don't want to blow up all the black. I want some of that black to show through. So I'm just going to checker it all in there like so. Andres, what's going on, brother? So I know Andres is doing one, but I'm not gonna. He's got a killer idea for it. That's his idea. I'll let him decide when he wants to show it to you folks. But I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna be monstrous. It's gonna be kick-ass. He's got a hell of an imagination. We were all sitting in the hangout one day and we were talking. I was talking about this and we were throwing ideas around, and Andres took it to another level. So stay tuned for what he's got to show, because I'm going to tell you something, guys. It's going to be killer. Now, this is just a dollar store makeup brush. I see those very expensive ones online. Yeah, you can use those. I even thought about getting them, but you know what? Nah. These work just fine for me. So I'm just going to very carefully. See, like I said, I was going to switch from that one to this one anyway, so that was going to take too long. So I'm just brushing it on. These are going to be a different color, so I'm not worried about putting that color there. I'm going to end up painting that the color of the carapace, or, to give it, added some flavor to it. But the actual frame is what I want. All of this right in here. Now you can do this with a car body, guys. I've seen people do it. I've shown people how to do it on a car body. It actually comes out really nice. You don't have to worry if you get too much on there. A lot of that's going to be covered up. But you got to make sure, at least so this effect will stand out, that you get everything. So here we go. So we're just gonna. That's the brass, or the Warlock Bronze. I'm sorry, Warlock Bronze. So we'll come up here and just Dry brush that on there, right in here a little bit. And make sure that all these little nooks get in there. And like I said, I've been doing this technique. I believe it was many years ago, I think it was Awaken, if I'm not mistaken, is that brother at Awaken Realms do it, a version of this. And I just played around with it, and came up with my way of doing it. And then now I see a lot of folks doing it, which is good. So here we go. We'll get that like that. That's one arm. That's the bronze. Hey, you just started it, huh, bro? I can't wait to see it, bro. I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be killer, man. It's gonna be killer. So I'll just clean my brush on this puppy pad that I got here. Make sure just lightly going over it. I don't want it too heavy on there. Again, that's a cheap, makeup brush you can get at the dollar store. I believe they got some real nice ones from Artist Opus. I've never, I don't own them. I see them. They look good. I might buy some later. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, you're on a budget. Go get you some makeup brushes from the dollar store. They work just as good. They work really fine. All right, we got that. Now, see, that one's done. Make sure I get the bottom of that. I don't want any when I lay the other stuff down. Okay, we got that. Now, let's get to we got the body here. So we're just going to tap. There's enough paint left on this still. Then we can just get it in there like so. I'm going to go more of with this guy, I don't know, maybe more of let's see, maybe a brassy look to him, I'm trying to get every ounce of this paint out that I can. There's still some at the bottom. This is going to be painted, so I'm not really worried about that. But I got to get all up in here. I'll probably paint that. You know what? I'll probably paint that. But for now, it's okay if I do it. I can always paint over it. And of course, you got the stacks. Those are over there. I'm not really worried about those just yet. I can do those later. Because with this one, when you put the carapace on, you have to put the stacks on. That's why you see the tape here, like right there. Hey, you. So, like I said, I'm just layering the brass down, or the bronze. This is Warlock Bronze from Citadel. I use a lot of this. This is, those of you that know me, you see me use this a lot. Now, I got to get inside there, like all up in here. So I'll just do that. I just want to make sure that I get some of that in there. Come around here. Get the front. And we'll just brush this all on. I don't, like I said, I don't want to blow up all the black that's in there. So what I'm doing is I'm just accentuating it. So we'll just come in and out like this here. Make sure I don't miss any spots because that'll be a pain in the ass later. Yeah, I think I'm excited to do that. I went and bought some paints that I need for it. I'm going, like I said, I'm going with the Slaneesh, which is pinks and purples. Pinks, purples, blacks, golds. You know, those colors. That's what I'm going to go with it. So make sure I get that all in there. All up in here, because this shows, even with the shoulder plates on, all that in here shows, especially down up underneath there. So you want to make sure that you get all that. Especially, this will probably, I don't know how long it'll sit in my home, but they don't tend to stay here long. All right, I'm gonna get the underneath his jaw there, and then let's see. I'll get my little brush. I got one in water right now. It's not gonna do me any good. And I'll get up underneath inside there, just like that. Back up in here where I can't reach. Where's my light? There we go. Let me get that light down here so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. And we get, make sure we get all this, any spots that I missed. Again, it doesn't have to, this coat doesn't have to be uniformed. It's just your base. So this is just the stuff you're slapping on there. So this doesn't have to be perfect. And you don't have to worry about this because the carapace will be laid down on that. Now let's get the face here. We'll just dry brush that real quick. Get up underneath his neck down there. Turn his head. You got to be careful. You can knock this thing loose, so I don't want to knock it loose. He's got horns that I added to him, so those would be, of course, the color of horns. And we'll just make sure that we get all of this. Turn that so I can get right in there. Get up in there. Like so. Get up underneath here. Right there. Anywhere that's going to be showing really good. So I hope to do more of these for you guys. I've kind of lost my mojo for models. When I started, I jumped into the figures, you know, and haven't looked back. But I think I want to get into. I got a lot of machining Krieger stuff here that I want to get into. You know, I just don't have the room for it. I need to start cleaning up this shop a little bit and getting rid of stuff. Okay, there you go. That's the base on there. Let's go here. Now, guys, if you're doing one of these, let me show you something. You got to be real cognizant of the fact that these things that have some notoriously nasty seam lines. So you got to be able to make sure you fill this. There's a seam, a real ugly seam that comes around here and it goes all the way down. Now you can't see it there. You can't see it here or down there. That's been filled with sprue glue, left overnight, buffed and polished, sanded, buffed and polished. Inside here, where there's a big seam, again, there's a plate that goes on this, so you don't see that. But I like to fill it in anyway, and I filled that with sprue glue, and I just let it, the gravity, take over, and it sits down, it settles, and it fills up in there. Same thing here on the knee, here, and on the back here. You let them fill in. But make sure, man, if you're going to do a metal, make sure you fill in those seams, because, man, nothing, once you start doing metal work and you don't fill those seams in, God, it's terrible. You can see it. It jumps out at you, bites you right in the face, and then you're like, damn. And so you're chasing that seam is what you're doing. So you see, I'm just doing this. I'll go back over once the brush is really dry, and I'll smooth it all out. But all I'm doing is I'm tapping at it right now to get that base on there, as you can see me doing there. Now I'm starting to lose paint off of this, so now I'll go in and just start doing that. Make sure I got some paint on here. Take most of it off. Get that leg. So I'm going a little heavy here because there's a lot of detail, and I got to be able to get that paint inside there. It's like that. That's nice. So I don't know if I want to paint that, and I probably will. We'll see. So let's do that. There's going to be something glued there, so I'm not really concerned about that. Get that toe. Again, these little parts right here will be painted. So I'm not going to sweat that, but I want to get all the way around it though. Like in here. Get up underneath here. Don't forget to get behind it. Like that. Get up there. Move it around. I see Dr. Cranky is back. Oh, Virgil. It's good to see him back, It really is. And nice to see like CT Speed Shop and all those cats come back too, All right. So now I'm just going to smooth it out a little bit. It's got that like rough look to it. You see that? And that's okay. So we just want to make sure that most of that, now I'll go back, take a look at it all, make sure I'm not missing anything. Puppy pads. Gotta love them. And just do that. Stipple it here. Across the back there. Up to the top. That's going to be glued down. You're only going to see a very little bit of it, but I still do it. You get used to doing it. You don't cheat yourself out of anything. Let me get that. Turn him upside down. Tickle his gojies there. If he gets a little boner, you know what happened. Got a little too aggressive with the tickling. Okay. I'm just tapping, because I got a lot of paint on this. then I'll come in and I'll brush it all down. Now, doing it this way, guys, it adds a little flavor to the whole thing. I mean, you can paint it chrome. You can paint it any way you want. It's yours. But if you take a little extra time to do this, you get it, you add a little flavor to the thing, and it just looks different. You can do this with any type of metals. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. It's up to you. I prefer the steampunkish brassy look. That's what I prefer. Some people prefer a more goldish look to it. I've done them that way. Some people prefer more silver, and I've done them that way too. But for my own personal, and this will be my own personal one, I tend to go more of a brassy look to them. All right. Get that ball joint in there. I can't forget to touch that up. Get this little one here. Make sure I get that ball joint in there. Because that you will see. That little ball joint there. All right. Okay, give me a second here. I got to make sure my phone is charged, because while I'm doing this, I'm going to be doing a time lapse for TikTok. So let me start that. All right, we're done with that. The Warlock Bronze, we're finished with it. So, well, for now we are, at least. Let me dry this off, because I'm going to need this little guy in a second here. All right. Make sure I got most of that off. Now I'm going to go in with, where is it? I just bought it. What did I do with it? All right. I need something darker. So, Balthasar's Gold. Now, I got an open one, so let me grab the open one. I don't want to use this one. I got Retributor Armor over there. I got Fulgurite Copper. That's what I want. And I want the Balthasar's Gold. Now, Balthasar's Gold has got a red tint to it. It's got a red tinge to it. I don't know if I want to use that just yet. So, I'm going to go with some Brass Scorpion. That's this one here. So, the next color will be a Brass Scorpion. Make sure we shake that up real good. Where's my brushes? Okay. And now, get a clean brush. A little bit on there. Make sure you get most of it off. And there we go. Now we start the highlights now. Now, I've showed countless people how to do this, man. You don't need to... Whoop, that popped off. Let me put that back on there. That's a little piston. Oh, my camera's a little crooked. There we go. All right, let me get this out of the way here. So, I'm going over the... I'm going basically a little aggressive over the hard edges, but trying not to... See that? I'm trying not to get too aggressive inside the crevices. I mean, it'll happen. I mean, but I'm trying not to. Just like so. Oh, Jesus. I hit the thing. There we go. Sorry. Grab a little bit more, just a little bit. I want it to look like that. See that? Come up here. See that brass is catching right on the edges, and that's where I want it to catch. Come over here, make sure I don't miss anything there. Whatever's left on there, I'll just scoop some of that up there. Like that. Now we'll refine all this in a little bit. So that's that one. Let's get the hand here. And I want to come this way. So we'll come very gently and then across. And now see, this is the part that's going to show, because there's a plate that goes on top of this. So there we go. I get those mean ass claws. Make sure I get the bottom ones. Make sure I get that one. Turn that and this like so. Come back over this way, drop that. I'm on turn. Get right in there. Shit, too much. See, I want it brighter at the top and on these high parts, and just walk it in there like so. Just like that, guys. Get his mid here. Make sure these are done. Like so. Inside by where that hand is, inside here. I gotta make sure I get in there. All right. Just like that. I'm gonna cross that hand. Like so. All right. Here we go. Get this side here. All right. There's that hand. Get his face here. His helmet or his skull. These will be painted, so I'm not too concerned about that. He's going to have a mask on, so you're really not going to see much of this, but you'll see the sides. So you want to get the parts that you'll see. There we go. Now we got bigger areas to mess with. So we'll just do this first, just like this. Do a little tapping motion on it. And then now that it starts to just go in there and do that. Now it's not gonna look like that. There's gonna be a lot of another color on there. Alan, I am using this one here is actually a makeup brush. I got this at Target. I paid $3 for it. That's a makeup brush. This is an old Citadel medium dry brush, one of those little small ones. But for the most part, what you're going to be seeing me using are makeup brushes. You know, just regular makeup brushes. Hey, Rick, how you doing? Mr. Zink. All right, now we come over this way. I want to go across. So as I don't blow up that black that's in there. Here, I want to very gently. I'm right at the edges here is where I'm focusing the paint. And then across that. Okay. No problem, Alan. No problem. These are just, cheap. This one I got at Target. These I got at the dollar store. This one and these are this one here. Same thing. These two I got at the Target, dollar store. Most of them are from the dollar store. All right, now I got to get in here. Get down in there, just like that. Inside there. Again, you don't have to be perfect inside here, guys. Believe me, you're not going to see that. You're really not going to see that. So you just want to make sure that anywhere this head turns, if he's got his mask on, there's going to be a hood here, and then you got the carapace. You only see that much there. So that's all you want to get. But you want to get in behind it. Now, it's easier to do it without the helmet, but then you got to glue this on there, and then you got to match this color to this color. So, yeah, it could be a pain in the ass. And that's what I'm going to end up having to do here. But as long as I got everything in front of me, I know what I used. And when I dip the paint in there, you see there's not really a lot of paint on there. See that? So, again, this is just my, this is the second color. There'll be 3 or 4 colors on this before I'm done. So this is just, there'll be progressively different metal colors on this. Okay, there we go. And same thing with the pipes. I'm going to have to match them to this. But again, it's no problem as long as I know what I used. And I have them in front of me. Now, I'm not trying to be perfect with it. I'm just slapping it on. As you want it to look like some kind of metal, so you don't want it to be perfect.
But all that'll blend in at the end. I'll show you. Got that one. Now let's go with the legs. Now this is the part I like, is doing these. So we're just go ahead and tap that in there. And then, like I said, the corners is what I'm after. That's where most of your color will be, on the corners. So we do that. Bring it in here. Come across. Down. Just like that. Again, I'm not trying to lose that black that I got in there. That black, you need that in there, man. That gives it the pop that you're looking for. All right. Anybody got any questions for me? If not, I'm just going to keep going. All right, let's go this way. And then get up in here. Just like so, in there. Bring it around. It looks like I'm using a lot of paint, but actually I'm not, guys. I'm not using a lot of paint whatsoever. Okay. Got that. Get over here. Again, I'm not trying to be super neat with it. I'm just trying to make sure that I get a decent coverage. But I don't want it so heavy to where I lose what I have up underneath. So we'll leave that like that. Okay. Let's do this. Now we do this every Friday, man, on the Hangouts. There's somebody showing you how to do something. You know, if you guys are members of the Styrene Syndicate or Red Dragon Model Works on Facebook, the links are always there. I think I got to talk to the boys and see if they want to do it. But I think we might go live again. I don't know. I have to talk to them because it's not a good entertainment if it's just one person. You know, you got to have other people in there. You bounce ideas off of. You take the piss out of each other. You know, just have a good time. You know. So I mean, it's not the same when it's just one person. You know, because usually whenever I'm doing stuff like this here, I'm by myself, man. I mean, I just throw the music on and just go at it. You know, and it could take me hours to do this. But all right, let's make sure I got everything in there. Oh, I forgot this part back here. I said I would paint that, but I think I'm going to just keep it the brassy color. That part there, at least. Make sure I get up in here. Make sure I get those. Now I'm going to take a look. Make sure I got it all up in here. I don't want any spots. Okay. All right. We started out with Warlock Bronze. We went to Brass Scorpion. Now we're going to go with some Skull Crusher Brass. You know what? Yeah, let's go with the Skull Crusher Brass. Now for that, we use a different brush. Get that little wet here. That stuff will dry on there and make your brushes real hard if you don't get it off right away. So let's do this just to make sure I got it. I'll end up cleaning these a lot better. See, it's already hard because I didn't wet it. Right, that's okay. Let me get it off. See? Make sure I get most of it off. That one's done. All right. Okay. Now, we're going to go with, let's see. What brush am I going to use next? Maybe this guy? No, that's got too much of a rounded edge on it. I don't want that rounded edge. Here's another one. That's another dollar store makeup brush. This thing keeps moving on me. Sorry about that, guys. Another dollar store brush. So we got, this is the third color. Now this color, you don't want it over everything. This is just going to go on certain areas. Make sure I get this stroking up real good. This is a nice brass color. Make sure I shake that real good. All right, we're approaching 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour. I love this color. This is one of my favorite colors right here for this. So we're going to go just up like that. Gives it that highlight right there. See that? There's that highlight. I don't want it over everything. Just give me a nice highlight, like right there. Right in there. Just like that. I'll bring it in here on the corner. Across that. Just like that. See that highlight? Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it. And on top of this, there'll be another highlight on top of that. So there's that highlight there. Just like that. Here's the mitt. Just very lightly. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this. Just a very light stroke and very little bit of paint. Just like that. Like I said, this is my highlight, or one of them. And this is the one that gives me the once you layer those on, it'll give you that brass look. that I'm looking for. And right here on the, let's get the knuckles, get the fingers. Okay, this is going to go like so. So the highlight's going to be right here. Well, is it? Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be right here. Just like so. Across, down, that way. Just like that. And then here, there's your highlight. Right there. Across that. Just like so. Down. Down. Again, I'm trying very carefully not to ruin that inside there, that the two different colors I got in there. Okay, there's the fist. But wait, there's more. We want this right there. Let me grab some here. This stuff is real pigmented, guys. You got to be real careful with this stuff. Bring that over here. I want that shine right there. Right in the center. Right there. See that? That's what I'm after. That shine right there. Same thing here. I'll just run around little circles. Up here. Again, like I said, this is going to be sitting on here, so you're not going to see that once I glue that down there. So I don't even know why I'm bothering with it. All right, let's go across here. Like that. Down here. So I'm trying to use what's on that brush. And I got a little heavy there, but that's okay. I can clean that up. Like I said, this stuff is pretty intense. All right, let's go. We'll go across here like so. Get inside there.
All right. All right. I'm going to come back to this in a minute. I don't want to bore you guys too much. So we got that. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then where's my last coat, my last color? That's my Skull Crusher Brass, my Hash Nut Copper, my last color. And that's just tapped on there. Just like so. I'm going to need let me wipe this down real good. Give me a second here. I'm going to make sure I get all that off. All right. I'll grab some of this hash nut. Make sure I just gently blend it in there just to give it a little look. Same thing here. Up in here. And there you go. A little bit here. Turn them around, come in here. A little bit there, and there you go. Grab a little bit more like that. In here, like so. What this does is it gives it a little, like a little reddish hue to it. Certain spots. So it doesn't look all uniform. Okay. Like I said, I'll come back to this later. And then the last one, well, one of the last ones. Now I want to brighten it all up. I want all that to brighten up just in certain spots. So let me, for that, I don't care if I wet this. I want to get all that hash nut off of it. And then just make sure it's about as dry as I can possibly get it. There we go. Retributor armor. Now, on some of these, hold on. On some of this, I'll go in with a silver, some kind of a silver color, chrome color, so I can get little bits and pieces there, and that'll be the very last one. But here, you take some of this. And just on the edges. Just on the edges. Like right here. Right there. Here. Yeah, just on your edges. Look at that. Look at what that does to it. And there we go. Seeing that this is chaos, I want some of that black to show through more than I would normally.
Oh, okay. There's that. Now, grab this one. Same thing. Just a little bit of it. You don't need a lot. Right there. There's my highlight. Look at that. Tap. A little bit there. Pull my highlight. Like that. Cross that one. Cross that. Bring it here just very gently. I don't want it to overpower everything else. Take it over here. Right there at the top. Just at the apex of that ball joint. That's where I want it. Right there at that apex of that ball joint. Right here. Just like that. Now, I haven't looked up to see who's watching, and I'm fully aware I probably lost most of you guys by now. But you can go back and watch this if this is something that interests you. Because I'm going to go back and refine this later. There we go. Look at that. Now, let me grab it real quick before I forget. I'll do it now. I'll take some, where is it? That's Necron Compound. Where is it? Some Rufang Steel. A little bit of Rufang Steel. And this will be the last color I do. And this one you got to be very, very, very careful with. Because this one could mess everything up. Let me shake this up real good. Now for that one, I'm going to get where's my other brush? Should I use this one? Let's try this one. What the fuck? Thing's not mixing. We'll just take that and just sprinkle some of that in there like that. Not a lot. Okay, what the fuck? Give me a second, guys. I gotta reach over here and get that fucking arm in the way. Ah, shit. There's not a lot in there. That's what the problem is with that one. All right, I'll just grab some Necron Compound. Let's do that. Same shit. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. We want to add, just tap some of this in there, just to give it an added highlight. Just like so. And what I'm doing is I'm just stippling in a little color. So it'll break everything up. I don't know if you can see that. See that? Just bring that across just like so. And right up in here. Just like that. Across there. Back over here. I want to get the edges. And then I'm going to get that ball joint. It'll be all in chrome when I'm done. Fucking brush is too heavy. I need something lighter. There we go. That'll work. Just like that. Okay, we'll get right in here, right by the groin area there. Slide that over. Now, again, I'm not going to finish this today here, guys. I'm just showing you my process, and I hope it helps you. But there we go. There's the legs. Now I'll go in with this, and I'll do the highlights and all that stuff. So, but I've been on for about an hour. And you guys are probably bored to tears. So, anyway. I'll have some when I get ready to do the painting, like on the carapace and all that stuff. I'll end up posting all that. But until then, man, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I'll try to have some more stuff up for you guys later. Have a great weekend. And thanks for watching, fellas. Goodbye.